play everything now! What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Play Everything Now. Today, we are talking about a movie that I just watched called Yakuza Princess, 4K edition. On the front, we're just going to go ahead and read. It says, "Revenge is her destiny." This is a first-class martial arts, one of the most exciting films of the year. Directed by Vincent Amorim, starring Masumi, Jonathan Myers, and Toyoshi Ahara. Masumi plays the character called Akimai Jonathan Sahiro and Yoshimai Takishai. So this takes place in Brazil in a town called Sao Paulo, I believe that's how it's pronounced. Forgive me if I mispronounced it. And it's said that this is the largest population of Japanese outside of Japan, according to the film. It says blatantly as soon as it starts. So that's supposed to be, I guess, comforting us, saying, you know what, this is going to be authentic and it's going to be a badass Yakuza film. That's what this is telling me. And it also takes place in Japan as well, but I think they filmed the whole thing in Brazil, what it looks like to me, and they just made the Japanese parts look like they were in Japan that were supposed to be in Japan. If you're a lover of Yakuza films, you know when you watch the trailer, it got you excited. It got you ready to see something great. So does this film do it right? Let's go ahead and get on into the plot of this film. This film is about an orphan girl who finds out that she is the heir to half of the Yakuza organization. Now, as you know that she's half and half, this does not sit right with some of the board members of the Yakuza. So you know how that goes. They're going to find a way to exterminate the family line so she does not take over the reins of half. They don't want that. So they set up a trap for her family when she was little. This is no spoilers, happens right in the beginning. And they murder her family. And of course, she survives. So this sets the backdrop up for a revenge film. Now, we've seen a lot of revenge films. We've seen John Wick is just one of the big ones at this time, and a lot of films are trying to be revenge films, you know, sort of like John Wick. And I can say this is sort of like a Yakuza version of a John Wick, but yeah, let's carry on. Along her journey, she has this revenge and wants to know. So she's training along the way. So when the opportunity arises, she can enact revenge for her family. And along the way, she meets a man that's suffering from amnesia, who cannot remember. I just had amnesia for a second. But he's suffering from amnesia. And he's in the hospital. And he's trying to piece together this sword that looks so familiar to him. He's trying to figure out why he was in the hospital and what does this sword mean. And eventually this sword leads to her and they hook up as far as, you know, figuring out what is going on. And this sword is kind of bound to both of them. So Akimai goes off on a, you know, revenge against the Yakuza to kill whoever was responsible for her parents' death. So this is pretty much the basis of the film, with an unknown man that we have no idea what his tie is to the Yakuza other than he's a hitman. It is a damn good one because they fear him. And he's coming out of his amnesic state, if I can use that word. Is that a word? Amnesic? I can make it up as my channel, damn it. Amnesic state currently coming out of as he is regaining his memory. So we set that as the plot. It is a revenge film. Okay, so in a revenge film, there's certain criteria. They're claiming that it's a first-class martial arts action movie. Since this is labeled as an action/thriller, I'm looking for action. This is Yakuza. Swords, knives, guns, and latter ones. Okay? Good martial art combat, right? So does this fulfill any of it? Man, listen. I think that these actors needed some more time in the oven for the martial art aspect of the movie. This is definitely not a first-class martial arts film as they proclaim on the front. I don't know what movie Action Flicks was watching. That's the name. I don't know what movie, who they are, or what they watch, but this is not First Class. This movie uses editing to cover up what is a bad portrayal of martial arts. But the editing, though, is done right on impact. You feel the impact of the punches, the kicks, the sword slices, all of that. I give them that. But you don't see clearly what is going on, the intricate techniques going on into the moves to get to that impactful cut, edit, pop. So all it has is just a, what happened? Pop. You don't see what happened? Pop. Good blow. But anyway, you feel these blows. That combined with the sound effects, you are like, ouch, ew, ooh, you're cringing. So it does satisfy, from what they said on the back, the bold and bloody action. It does have that, and it is violent. So if that's what you like to see other than story, then this is for you. But the acting was subpar. What's his name? Tayoshi Ahara, he did a good job. And Akimai, yeah, she wasn't too convincing with on the acting part, but she was good with the sword part. She did a good job with the swords, but it suffered from the same thing. Too much editing during the fight, and you cannot see the intricacies, the details of the moves. The music was good. It tied in the feel of the movie. It goes with the atmosphere, the neon lights, the cyberpunk look. I love the way the film looked. Looked great. The cinematography was great. I liked it a lot. I think they captured that Yakuza spirit with the lighting, what kept it dark, like almost like you're entering another world while you're watching it. So I give them a plus for that. Very well done. So special effects. A lot of blood is in this. So how does it look? Does it look extra fake? The CGI blood effects don't stick out at you like, look at me, look at me, look at me, Michael Myers. No, we don't have none of that. It's pretty much sword cuts, hand getting cut off, some blood spray, but because the film is dark, it does a good job of covering up how, CGI, how much it covers up the CGI of the movie. It's nothing like a Hollywood blockbuster or anything like that, but for the film, what it is, dealing with the blood aspect of it and the sprays, I give it about a B. So how does this movie end? Well, I'm not going to ruin it for you guys if you guys want to see it, but it ends, how can I put this? There will be a part 2. There will be a part 2. So we have hopes that everything that we didn't like in this can be corrected in part 2. So what's my personal thoughts overall of this film? Should you purchase it? Should you rent it? Or should you just pass it all together and throw it in the trash bins? Well, if you like bloody action that doesn't really require a cohesive story, then this is for you. If you like a story with character building, which really is Yakuza movies that I watch are really dialogue heavy, because you like this, and it's almost like verbal judo with words and people getting set up, and this didn't have it. It lacked character development. You didn't really care for the characters. So it's like blah. Where's the cohesiveness? I mean, I understand what was going on, but it was so basic, so generic, just a regular Yakuza film, but it really didn't execute properly what Yakuza films are about, and that's the verbal judo. I can listen to I can watch a whole Yakuza film with no action and enjoy the dialogue, the older ones, but a couple maybe knife fights here and there. This has none of it. So if you want story, this is not going to work for you. If you want just a quick Yakuza, no-brainer, watch a film, say ha ha ha, throw it away like this after you're done, this is the film for you. So all in all, because I love Yakuza, and I have to give this a C minus. C minus. I got to give it a C minus for effort, because I want them to bring this to the next level on part 2. I want them to develop the characters. We want to know the lore. We want to know the backdrop of these characters. We want to connect to these characters. We want to feel her revenge to the core. And the way it was shot just didn't allow it to happen. You had to fill in by yourself what's going on. So it's easy to follow the film as long as you're cognizant and you fill in the sections when they jumping all over the place. But other than that, I recommend this film as a rent. And honestly, you wouldn't be missing anything really if you missed it. So just for Yakuza fans, give it a rent if you wanna. If you're dying for a Yakuza film and you can't wait until they deliver another one, or you're tired of watching all your old ones on reruns over and over and over, give this a chance. I think you will be satisfied with this as a rental, throwing away what, $3.99 or $3 or $2 for whatever you rent it for. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to hit the subscribe button, the like button, and that notification bell so you don't miss a video. The notification bell is very important. I will see you on the next video. Peace out, baby. Yeah.